your fellow crew members were doing, this was only a maximum of 5 minutes off of oxygen. Okay? I think the first half, they weren't venting it as well, so, yeah, see, we don't have audio. However, you're still going to be able to see what's going on during this flight. So I'll try and give you a play-by-play here to the best of my abilities. This is early on. We're just starting. Prepping everybody to take the mask off. And as you watch, well, I'm not going to talk the whole thing here. I'll just point out some things that you may pick up on throughout the course of this. But simple patty cake, maximum time off of 5 minutes. Notice how quickly the high side won't degrade as we had a lot more stuff going on the high side than the low side. This first group, we didn't have as much stuff.
What does that mean?
Pop out. What does what mean?
As much stuff.
As much stuff that would clue you in that they were hypoxic. They didn't react as drastically as the second group did. They didn't have as good of a response from the first group. They recognized early, and I think we weren't venting the chamber enough because if you got that residual O2 built up in there from the whole flight and going on up, everybody's breathing it off, you can still not get as hypoxic as we want you to. If we're doing a max vent on that chamber on the way up, we can get everybody hypoxic really quick in there. And it just helps to get all that excess O2 out of the system, out of the chamber. But notice we'll start to see a little bit. Everybody's still trucking along pretty good here at this point. Trying to get everybody to pick up the speed once you get the hang of it. Usually about a minute or 2.5 at the most in, you're really going to start to see the margin of error increase. You'll start to slow down. You'll start to miss simple little 1-to-1-to-1 ratio patty cakes. Pretty much everybody's got Kermit-Grin at this point in time. Starting to get a little bit of a euphoric, fuzzy feeling probably. What?
Surgeon
at that point, I changed the rotation up. It was supposed to be 2-1-2.
When you got that.
Yeah. And now we're in freeze frame. Definite confusion.
I don't know what to do, man.
And that was a simple command. Hey, change it up to a 2-to-1-to-2 ratio instead of 1-to-1-to-1.
That just blew my mind every time.
At this point, I'm telling everybody to turn towards the center of the aisle. You couldn't follow simple commands. Obviously, your fingers are tingling pretty good there. You got the whole spirit fingers going on. So 10 degrees. That's less than 3 minutes in. Then I told you to take a look at the color wheel, see if your vision had changed. Anybody remember whether they had any vision changes? Degradation? Anybody remember anything about it? I think there was one individual that went on pretty early. It was like seat 2, maybe. Put the pulse oximeter on you there to check, see your saturation. What's clinically hypoxic? What percent? And below? 87. The reason that's at 87 is because at 10,000 feet, generally, as long as you're not a smoker, you can maintain an 87% blood oxygen saturation. You get up above that, then you're getting what we call clinically hypoxic, and to the point to where you're not able to function properly. That's why the NATOPS rules say get down below 10,000 feet, cabin altitude or MSL. Trucking back along, got you picking up speed for a second. So now, there's the funky chicken. We also call it the robot. And there isn't a thing you can do except get back on oxygen. You are not going to beat this. Hypoxia will win every time. And you're about 5 seconds away from going unconscious.
Oh! With oxygen. Still trying to do it.
Yeah, because he's still not back. It takes about 15 to 30 seconds to really get back and realize where you're at. Huh? Oh, did I turn it on? I guess I must have turned it on. No, you didn't turn it on. Any recollection of that? None
I have
whatsoever.
none. I just remember just going to just.
Hypoxia, I'm telling you, is the best party drug for about a minute. You guys got roofied at 25,000 feet. Not registering. Hey, you. Must have made mandatory call. We must have been at 5 minutes. Yep. It's not only rolling the mask up to your face, it's being able to turn that switch on also. That's important. And you'd be surprised, as we've got an example here on the second half of this, how much, man, I really wish we had comps for this one too, because it's pretty great. Anybody on the low sides remember what I was saying to, I think it was C13? Yeah. What I was saying to them? Life or death call, and they could not move their hand 12 inches to the green switch to turn it back on. Switch it over to the second half now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This is where we'll see some good stuff. What did you do? Is that you?
Yeah. It's not that bad.
I don't think you're that bad.
Already can't figure it out.
Yeah, hypoxic already and still on it too.
No pressure's just still.
That ain't right. Pretty straightforward so far, nothing dramatic. We're just telling you to pick up the speed to burn off that O2. Anybody's arms get really tired? Yeah. Started hurting in the shoulders pretty bad? You're just going to get fatigued that much quicker because of the lack of oxygen up there and lack of pressures to get that to where it needs to be.
Can't go any faster.
It's only about a minute and a
I
half.
was
into
flying.
it.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
You were good for a while.
This is so much fun.
Uh-oh. See it? Going already. She's like, yeah.
That's awesome.
Something doesn't feel right. Now we're losing it. And that's where it all went downhill. He started doing like 10 to 2 to 4 ratio, something like that, when it was supposed to be just 1 to 1 to 1.
Can't clap.
Yay! It's like somebody put them on loop. See, I'm like, no, you're not supposed to be patty caking right now. Why are you still patty that was my last order. That's the last thing I Yeah, good call. And and coming back, couple more breaths. And we're good. Or not. Raise the roof. But you're happy. Your bird's on fire going 1,000 miles down to the deck, but you're going to be happy. Woo! Blaze of glory. It just gets worse. Still trying. A for effort. Definite A for effort. Your arms have to be really tired at this point, too. Yay. Coast Guard still representing somewhat up there. Good on you. Starting to get a little twitch, but not too bad. Think you can control an aircraft in that condition? Think you can do anything? Because it's like somebody put you on loop. That's all it is. So now you made the right call. Well, actually, I made the call for everybody and told you to go on, and everybody was going on, but still playing. It's going to set in a second. And here, we're like, you need to turn your green switch on. Move your hand 12 inches to the green switch and turn it on. Your life depends on it. Your crew's life depends on it. Earth to seat 13. Turn your green switch on. Mind weak. Body strong. Remember Ren and Stimpy? Try to fight it. And now we're back. All right. So